All right, folks, we're back. I took out the rolling pin just for a couple of seconds here. And what I'm doing is I'm just lightly going over the top of it with a little bit of new plastic wrap, just because the other stuff was getting pretty used up with my hands, okay? So I just covered another layer on there, and I'm lightly going over this with the rolling pin just to flatten it out and make everything even, just so it bakes evenly, okay? So at first we didn't need a rolling pin or anything, just use your hands the best you can, okay? Or you could completely do it with the whole thing with the rolling pin if you want to. I find I like to spread it out with my hands and keep going around like that and just kind of pressing up against the sides. Now, I'm gonna make that nice even edge just by taking my finger and edging it in around. We're gonna clear away the plastic wrap and just touch up your edges a little bit with your fingers. Just go very lightly so it doesn't stick all over the place, all right? And there you go. Now this is gonna go into a 425-degree oven just until it starts to get a little bit golden brown, okay? So you can gauge your oven. Sometimes it's 8 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes, but it's right around that magic number, okay? So get it in your oven and just keep watch of it. Start watching it about 6 minutes if you got a really hot oven, okay? Or if it's heated really good. Sometimes it'll start taking off around 6-7 minute mark. So you wanna make sure that it starts browning, okay? On the edges and on the top, just a little bit, because you wanna make sure that this is cooked through so that that cheese and the egg have time to bind into that cauliflower and those spices and the flour, okay? So we're gonna put that in there, and then in the meantime, we're gonna get the other part ready to put on top of the pizza. All right, thanks for joining us back. The crust just came out of the oven. It's been setting for a couple of minutes. Mine was in for about 8 minutes, okay? And you can see it's a nice golden brown around the edges and the top. I'm not gonna touch it because it's kind of hot, all right? So now what we've done is, like I said, I've let it set just for a few minutes, and now we can start building our pizza. So first, of course, we're gonna start with a little bit of pizza sauce. Now the good thing is you don't need much, okay? Now that is probably a couple of tablespoons, all right? And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna spread this really thin. I don't have a ton of sauce on this pizza. I let all the flavors of everything else that I choose to put on the pizza just decorate that pizza right up. Now, if you wanted to put a little bit more on there, you definitely could. But we're just gonna kind of keep spreading this around just to kind of coat the top of it is what I do. All right, there we are, beautiful. Okay, now folks, it's completely up to you what you wanna put on it, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with a little more shredded cheese and lightly cover it, because I do 2 layers of cheese on this. I put a layer of cheese down first, and then I put another layer down after I put all my veggies and all that yummy stuff on there. All right, so we're gonna try to keep this mainly healthy, okay? So I am going to head and add my meats. Now I've got some turkey pepperoni, I've got some turkey bacon, and some turkey sausage, okay? So the homemade turkey sausage I made in a few previous episodes, that is this sausage right here. And it's everything's cooked, all right? So that makes it a lot easier if you pre-cook everything, because this crust is basically done, and all you're gonna do is pop this back into your 425-degree oven just to kind of melt everything and cook everything, warm everything back up, okay? So you can layer this however you want. I'm gonna go ahead and add some onion. We love onion on our pizza. If you don't like onion, then definitely don't add it. This is the greatest thing, is that you can just make it your own, okay? So these are those homemade pizzas that, you know, you can kind of just tailor to what you like. And the next thing that I'm gonna add is some green pepper. I love green peppers on pizza. Sometimes just green pepper and onion, maybe a little mushroom. I'm totally good with that. I'm totally down with veggie pizzas. And sometimes I like to add different kinds of cheese. Today I'm gonna add some feta cheese to it as well. Bet it's great on pizza for sure. So it's kind of like a meat Greek pizza. That's what I say. Ooh, that's a little warm right down there. I'm gonna just leave that there. All right, so this is spread out nice and evenly. Now we're gonna just continue on. So the next thing that I have chose to put on is some mushrooms. And I just cheated and got the canned mushrooms, and I keep them in my pantry because I use them for casseroles and pasta dishes. And then that way your mushrooms don't go bad in the refrigerator. Although my mushrooms would probably never go bad in the refrigerator because I just love mushrooms so much. So mushrooms, I think, is one of those that you either like them or you don't. So again, if you don't like them, don't put them on your pizza, guys, okay? Now, as you can see, this pizza is getting pretty loaded. Hence the reason why I'm gonna put another layer of cheese on there in just a second. All right, so now I'm gonna add a little bit of turkey bacon. I got probably 3 slices in here, just cut up, that I had pre-cooked, and it's been in my refrigerator in like a baggie. Lots of times I'll cook up a bunch, keep it in my refrigerator and add it to some turkey and make like turkey club sandwiches, things like that for the week for lunches. So it's so quick and easy if you just pre-cook it. I mean, I do, and it's so handy during the week. You just take it out, you take it out of your bag or your container, and you just plop, 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 and lunch is done. It's just so easy. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and add a layer of feta cheese. Now, if you don't want the feta cheese, but you want some maybe grated Parmesan or maybe some fresh mozzarella on there, you can. I don't use a ton, I just lightly sprinkle it on the top. Just so that when you dig into that and when you bite into it, you got that nice little tang. I love cheese. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever made homemade cheese, but anyone can do it. All right, guys? So I'm gonna do an episode on homemade cheese, farmer's cheese is what it's called, and you just make it with regular whole milk. And it's so super easy. So if you have never made cheese, stay tuned on another episode later this summer, and you'll be able to find out how to make your own cheese, okay? So you can do it right in your own home. And you don't have to let it age for like years. It's great, it's good stuff. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add our last layer of cheese, which is the regular shredded cheese, okay? And that is gonna go all over the top. Now I'm gonna be a little more generous maybe with this layer, just because I wanna tie everything in together and make sure that it all melts within that cheese, and that like the first layer of cheese and the second layer of cheese. And again, you can kind of gauge it however you want, but you can see this pizza's like building up pretty high. So I'm just gonna kind of move it to the outside edge. It's cooling down a little bit, which is nice because now I can handle it a little bit easier rather than burning my fingers off. All right, last 2 ingredients I'm gonna use on my pizza is some turkey pepperoni. Wait, you can't have pizza without pepperoni. So we're going healthy, guys, so we're going turkey, all right? It's lean, and it's a little bit less fat for you than regular pepperoni. But if you're a regular pepperoni lover and you want to put it on there, it's your pizza. So you do whatever you want to do. All right, so I got a few more pieces to put on here. As you can see, I love pepperoni. And then last is black olives. The black olives go on the top because when they cook, they help crisp up the pepperoni, and the pepperoni gets nice and crunchy, and I love that. Almost like bacon when it gets really crunchy and it cooks. Now, again, I think black olives are kind of like mushrooms with a lot of people. You either like them or you hate them. If you wanted to put regular olives on here. Also, another thing that I love to put on that I don't have right now are banana peppers or some like little jalapenos or something like that. I love those because when you bite into it, you get that little zing. That's so yummy. All right. So I think that is about it, folks. So I'm gonna pop this back into my oven, and it's only gonna cook just maybe another 6 to 8 minutes, and it's gonna be done. So I'm gonna pop this back in, and then you're gonna see the finished product. So don't go away. Okay, everybody, it just came out of the oven. It was in there probably about 6 or 7 minutes, not very long at all. Once that 425-degree oven starts cooking these veggies, it's done in no time, okay? So here it is. The cheese has melted, and that's really all you want. You want to get it hot enough. You can hear the sizzling of the cheese and all the veggies together. You're gonna let this set for about 5 minutes, and then you're gonna cut it. And you just take a little thin spatula, just slide it under there, and you're gonna just enjoy it. Little pepper, and it's perfect. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you give it a try. It is just phenomenal. You'll love to make this, especially if you're counting your carbs or you want a little healthier option and you're trying to stay away from the flour and the high carbs and the high calorie foods. Definitely try to give this a go, okay? So thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like and share. Subscribe to my YouTube channel right down there. Hit that subscribe button and then you can get into all my videos. So hope you have a great day. Sunshine is here, so that is a great thing. So we're gonna actually eat out by the campfire tonight. Can't wait. So take care. We'll see you soon. And whatever you do, don't forget, you make it with love. We'll see you later.